Hey there traders, it's Jeff. I just want to take a quick look here at Netflix, which has had just a rip-roaring couple of days. This thing over the last two sessions is up over 18%. And if you even consider these two smaller advances that we saw back here on Monday and in Tuesday's session, basically going from Friday's close into today's close, in that 4-session span, this thing is up 22.5%. That's a monster move. And so here we've got this very clean channel pattern that Netflix has really been respecting, this 53 area up all the way to this 67 area. Well, it briefly pushed through 67 today, but it couldn't hold it on a closing basis. It finished about a quarter beneath that. So here we are, and there's really just two plans here that I think you can approach Netflix with. We've obviously got this big unfilled gap, and depending on how you want to measure that, you've got the void on the chart from the low of this day down to here. And that really is around $78 that it extends up to, whereas the true gap is from the close one day to the open the next, and that really goes all the way up to about the $80 level. So either way, 78 to 80, you've got a big void here on the chart that remains unfilled for Netflix. What do you do now? Do you chase tremendous strength like this? I'm going to say no, and here's why. First of all, the stock is very short-term stretched. It may add to this momentum, and if so, that's fine. If it does, if it goes ahead and blows on through 67 on Friday, then the next play is just to wait for some type of a pullback to test this 67 area. And if that pullback comes, we'll need to see that this key level, which has been resistance, then becomes support. Once price is able to push through, pull back, and hold that level, then it's got potential to turn back up and start to begin working on this gap a little bit further. But that needs more time for that scenario to play out. The other one would be if Netflix remains below 67 here for a few more days, and maybe kind of coils or churns right in this area and creates a bit of a bull flag. So you got the sharp move up, you've got a little bit of lateral consolidation as a rest phase, and I really would like to see that take place beneath this 67 area. Then if we see a breakout through that, obviously it's go time for Netflix to start working on this gap. So it's definitely not a short here. The reason I say that is not because it can't pull back. It certainly could. However, when you see tremendous volume like this and you see really strong momentum like these last couple days in price, it's just not an indication that this is much of a head fake. This unfilled gap may get filled at some point, but for now it's a little short-term stretch. It deserves a little bit of rest, so be very careful. Maybe even consider options as a vehicle for trading a stock like this, just as a way to better define your risk, since it's such a gap-prone stock. And as we zoom out here on the chart, you can see even in recent months we've seen a number of big gaps in this stock, and it's been all over the place. But for now, it's really got some big upside momentum. It needs to digest this move somehow, some way, very soon, and then it may offer a continuation play on the long side. So thanks again for joining me for this video. Feel free to pass it along to another trader that you know, and I will see you again soon with more. Until then, trade like a bandit.